For the past 2 years, my priority and strategy has been very simple to move around northern Uganda and document farming stories and agribusiness stories around here. I'm happy that some of you have been following this journey and you've been part of it, which is very important and it really means a lot. I really appreciate your support every time you watch my video. Everyone always reach out to encourage me, support financially. Now, today, if you've been following me, I'm standing in one of my beans garden, and I think I've already done some 2 videos talking about growing beans, especially in Uganda. But of course, like I promised that I'll be giving you updates. This is now 1 month and something. This garden right here was planted on the 18th of April, so that makes it to be 1 month and some weeks. So right here, of course, as I give you an update, I also want to share with you some tips when it comes to growing beans, as well as also, answer some of your questions that you've been asking. Now, you would ask me that what is the best way, or what is the best time, or what should you know, or what should you consider when growing beans? There are about 3 important things that you need to consider when it comes to crops farming. And of course, we are specifically talking about beans. One is the climate, two is the soil, and then three is the sunlight. It's very important when it comes to beans. Please note that these beans right here I've intercropped with maize, like you can see. I've just put some small maize in it, but of course, the main crops here is beans. And now, starting with soil, beans can tolerate a very wide pH range, but of course, the ideal soil pH for beans is usually 6.0 to around 6.5. I know soil testing is something that most farmers tend to ignore, but of course, like I always say, it's a good idea to test your soil so that you know the type of soil you're dealing with. You also know whether that crops fits there or not. So it's very important to know that. Then, of course, climate is very important. You need to also study the type of climate in that location, or also the type of climates that the crops you are growing support. Then, thirdly, sunlight is very important. Actually, just like us human beings, we can stay indoor. It can be cold, but of course, it's also good to have some bit of sun sun on us so that we get some vitamin, which I believe you probably know that. So if you plant your bean in a full sun location, and in a actually you're supposed to plant your bean in a full sun location like this. You can see I've cleared most of the trees, and at least my beans are able to access full sunlight. And also, I planted it in a very well drained, location. Now this is where garden preparation comes in. I've been singing about this for quite some time. If you want to grow any crops, be it beans, be it soya, be it ginat, literally any crops, I would say, make sure you prioritize garden preparation. Preparing your garden is very, very important. Now, when we come to planting and care, just if I'm to run through it just real quick, things that you need to know. Number one, timing is very, very important. You need to know which season to grow your beans. Like here in northern Uganda, usually people start planting between March, April, even this May. We have people that are still planting. But usually around the month of June, there is a very serious sun. So usually, especially here in northern Uganda, so you need to know the right timing. You can either do it in the first season or you do it in the second season. So timing is very important. Secondly is the spacing. Spacing is also very, very important. My spacing has been very, very, not like very wide. And of course, honestly, I'm not even sure which spacing I've used here, but I know it was just some centimeters by some centimeters. And at least I'm happy. Most of my beans germinated and they're actually looking so nice. Another thing is the fertilizer, or if you feel like maybe your soil is not so fertile, you can do some bit of boosting. Personally, in this garden, I'm only doing 100% organic farming. I don't want to involve any kind of chemicals here. So if I'm to use any fertilizer here, I would probably go for the organic one, the well decomposed organic manure. But my land is okay. I really see no need of using it. Then lastly, as you do beans growing, you also need to be wise on the pest and disease control. I haven't really seen any sign of pest or any sign of disease on the maize and even on the beans. But of course, that's something you can always be monitoring to see. Now, someone may ask that how much can I get from 1 acre of beans in Uganda? There's now when it comes to crops farming or beans, there's a lot of varieties, a lot of varieties. We have the small beans, we have the medium size. There are some that are big, but this right here, here I've planted the small one, which are black in color, and I don't even know the English name honestly, but I know it in my local language how we call it here. So depending on the varieties, if you plant 1 acre, you should always expect around between 1,800 kilograms to maybe 2,500 kilograms there from 1 acre, which I think is not bad. But because when you are planting your beans in 1 acre, you'll probably need just like 20 kilos of seed, or 20 to 30 kilos of seed depending. Now for my garden, it's very small. It's not even 1 acre. I planted around 7 kilograms of seed right here, and I'm sure I'm going to get more than that. If you want to know that, just keep on following me. Of course, my goal is to share practical farming knowledge to farmers. I don't want, much as you're probably doing internet or online farming, I want to share with you practical and realistic figure so that you can know. So that's why I always come to the field. I don't do my video from the office or from home somewhere like that. I always come to the field so that you see it yourself. So now, lastly for today, how long does it take for your beans to grow? Again, depending on which variety you've grown, usually some varieties between 50 to 55 days, they would be ready. Some maybe 55 to around 65 days there, they would be ready. And some varieties takes between 65 to 80 days, and they would be ready. So the best time, of course, to always harvest your bean once it's ready, it's better to do it during dry season or during the season when the sun is there, because you would want your beans to dry very well before you take it to the store or before you take it to the market, something like that. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Charles Layo, and I'm very happy today. This video was brought to you proudly with support from Audrey Car Rental. Audrey Car Rental is a car rental business currently operating in northern Uganda, and they provide cars for hire. They do airport pickups and drop off. They also do town services. They also do like self-drive. So if you want to hire a car, maybe you're coming to Uganda and you need any car service, yeah, feel free to check them out online. I'll also share the number. Then yeah, they'll they'll hook you up. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Charles Layo, and a lot more is coming. When it comes to farming, just be sure to subscribe to this channel, and yeah, you'll learn every day. I'll see you in the next one.